Welcome to the Beloved Plant channel. Stick around if you want to learn how to care for your Neon Pothos. This is supposed to be a very easy to care for plant. It hasn't been my experience and I have many different varieties of pothos. I actually grow a huge variety of house plants very successfully, but the challenges that I've had with the Neon Pothos are just not trivial. Basically what I found out was that I wasn't getting the soil mix right. So I'm gonna teach you that last because I'm gonna show you also the signs that there's something wrong with your pothos. Speaking about watering first, the typical thing you see on videos about pothos, you don't want to water it too much. You want to space out the waterings, making sure that the soil will actually dry out before you water it again, and that's pretty important. Otherwise, you're gonna get your roots rotten potentially. This is a tropical plant. It doesn't tolerate low temperatures, right? Not for too long at least. So I'm from Brazil. We grow it in our gardens. In winter time in São Paulo, you're gonna get 10 Celsius degrees, sometimes 0, sometimes it goes into a negative temperature, but not for too many days in a row. And I've seen that the plants survive all that, right? So it's not gonna die, but you don't wanna let that happen for too long. So 15 Celsius degrees, keep it safe. The plant also tolerates low light, but you want to give it more light than you would give a golden pothos, let's put it this way. It has a lighter shade of green. Any plant that has a lighter shade of green needs more light, indirect light. It's gonna burn in direct sunshine, so do not leave it in direct sun, but give it plenty of light as much as you can. I've left mine in a greenhouse, no direct sunshine, but I've observed that the color from the leaves is fading away. It looks a little bit bleached. The tricky part, like I said, was getting the soil right. So I only got the soil right when I started mixing topsoil from the ones you get in the bag in the garden center with compost, half and half. I get a very fluffy mixture from mixing the two. And I think the roots really like that. It allows them to develop in a more complex way, and the water evaporates very fast as well from this type of soil, which is required for my weather here in Ireland. I am from Brazil, but I live in Ireland now. Very wet weather. We rarely get hot days during summer. So this plant was growing fine for some time. Then I started getting yellow leaves, and I was able to get rid of that just by feeding the plant with the typical 10-10-10 NPK. Then in the following winter I started getting yellow leaves again. I couldn't feed the plant. It wasn't the right time for that. I was just plucking them out and they kept coming. So I decided to take the plant out of the pot just to check the roots, and they were completely rotten. So I had to chop the plant and make plenty of cuttings and start from scratch. I dipped my cuttings in water like I teach you in the video where I teach you how to propagate the pothos. And by the way, when dipping cuttings of this variety in water, just watch out for root rot. I don't know why, but this variety is just so prone to root rot. But that's okay. If you catch it early, you can still recover the cuttings, and I still think it's the best way to propagate. And then in springtime, I took them out. Here they are. I just filled the base of the vase with some compost, the mix that I just mentioned to you, put the plants in, and then filled the rest. And it started doing fine ever since. So now, like I said, I still need to get the light right. I'm getting the leaves bleached. I'm sure it must have something to do with nutrition as well. It's probably not getting all the macronutrients or micronutrients that it needs as well. Once I got the soil right, the variety started thriving. And I hope these tips will help you too.